The law of harmony, order, and karma. So if we use the analogy of a beehive and you think about the order and the harmony that takes place within that hive in order to keep a healthy ecosystem, it is because of the direct law of harmony and the direct law of order. Now, if you were to take a bear and look at it as cause and effect, the bear would be the cause and the effect would be shaking the hive. When you start to shake the hive, it causes a disorder within the ecosystem and it can't function properly by law. Now, the bear shaking the hive is also causing a disorder and a disruption to the nervous system within the bee's own electron system. And when the bee is in fight or flight and disorder and disharmony, it is more focused on fighting. It's more focused on protecting because of the disharmony happening, that it does not even remember that its entire purpose is to be in harmony and taking care of the hive. So its overall purpose and mission is disrupted by cause and effect, which goes into karma. The bear being the cause, the effect being the shaking of the hive. Now, because the bear does this, and it causes this disorder and this disharmony, this is a direct result of karma, the cause and the effect. When karma takes place, when you cause an effect, it ripples out into the universe and it ripples right back. Now, when it comes to these laws, you could look at life like a soccer game. And when you're in a game, you have to know the rules of the game in order for there to be a flow and for there to be a game to even be played. Life is like that soccer game. And if you do not abide by certain laws of the universe, you will be in direct suffering. The entire goal of the soccer game, or of what we would call life, would be to master the game. And this is where different states of consciousness start coming into play. When you start mastering different laws of the universe, you start understanding and integrating it. You start to become more in alignment with the harmony and with the order of the game of life. Now, when you disrupt these laws, when you are the cause creating an effect, these ripples have to come back to you, and this would be the law of karma. Now, the law of karma is something that is part of this game of life. This is how you strengthen your ability in mastering the game. And if you live a lifetime and you continuously do not learn the rules, and you continuously create ripple effects out into the universe, it will keep coming back to you until you learn the lessons and master that class, master that part of the game. Now, the entire purpose of karma is to attain harmony. Without karma, you would not be able to become in alignment with harmonious frequencies. This is all just another level to the game. Until the cause of the disorder or the disharmony can be attained with harmony, you will continuously repeat these cycles until it's learned. Once a human can achieve the law of harmony, the wheel of incarnation is complete, resulting in mastering all levels of the game and achieving true harmony, which would be enlightenment. Whatever effect you cause in this life, without having a direct result of achieving mastering that law or that level of consciousness, it'll leak over into your next reincarnations, which causes karmic debt. And in order to ascend, which is the entire purpose of being on earth and being alive, you have to be debt-free. So how can we achieve a life of perfect harmony? Once you are aware, then you can start to transmute and alchemize that energy and turn it into a flow state instead of a constant cause and effect and a ripple effect that has to keep coming back to you. There are many different spiritual practices that you can utilize in order to become more in harmony with your own state of consciousness. Most of those spiritual practices are going to be about being in silence and meditation. Meditation is to get the monkey mind, as we call it, to stop running, to stop speaking, to stop distracting you. You cannot hear your higher self. You cannot hear divine guidance when you have constant movement in your mind. And this is why it's so important to learn how to sit, how to be still, and how to practice. This is a practice. It takes time to learn how to get the thoughts to settle. So what is your karmic debt? How would you know what that is? A lot of times what I teach people and what I tell them is to take a look around you at the connections you have in your life and what version of yourself comes out in those connections, because the people outside of you are just direct reflections of how you're feeling on the inside and what vibrational frequency you are aligning with. Once you're able to be aware of that, you can start seeing the cycles of what you've created. You are a creator. Everything in your life is created by your own frequency and what you are in alignment with. For example, if you believe that love is pain, and you have lived many, many lifetimes believing this, you are going to be in connection and you're going to be resonating with that frequency of pain. So the people in your life, the relationships in your life are going to reflect back and reiterate that belief system within you. So if you can look at your connections and start identifying the people around you and what you're allowing and what boundaries you haven't set up yet because you have fear, because you believe that love is pain, you won't be able to change the information, the paradigm, to start creating different experiences and start aligning with a higher frequency that's more harmonious. Once you can start identifying your own karmic cycles, that's when change starts to happen. Becoming aware is the number one way to start changing and creating a different life for yourself. And when you can do this and you start raising your frequency and your conscious state starts to expand, the things that you truly desire are going to start reflecting back to you in the outside world. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Laws of the Universe. Please join us every week, every Monday, for another episode.